So hello everybody. So this is my first video from me painting my first recorded miniatures. The purpose of this, of course, is to keep track of how a newbie like me will progress over maybe the year, or I don't know. We'll see how good I can get over time. Maybe I'll become really good really fast. If you guys want to leave a comment and being mean to me and say that I can paint, well, as mean as it can sound, I'm actually not good, so I'm gonna take it. I'm not good. Yeah, I'll accept that right away. So feel free to bash me and destroy me. But if you have good comments and you want to help me out to progress and get better, I really appreciate that. So what I'll do, I think today I'm gonna start with the airbrush. As you see, this is the one I use in a review for the compressor and the airbrush that I bought. So I already shot a bit of blue. So what I'll do, I'll just use the airbrush for the blue and the Corax White that I'll use on top. And from there, we'll see what happens. So I'll present you what I got today to do that job. Of course, the palette is the first thing that I brought. I got the weapon here, the second arm to support the weapon. Of course, my miniature on the Citadel holder. I got 3 paintbrushes that I always use. So the first one is from Wargame, and it's for the detailing. I don't know if we can see the words. I guess we kind of can. Just maybe move that light up more to the side. And oh, can I focus on it? It's not the best thing to focus. Really need to hold it. There we go. Okay, so now I know exactly where to hold my stuff for focus. So yeah, so I'm using that one. It's really small. I'm gonna use that for my archade. My Corax archade that I'm gonna use for the panels. I got the Thousand Sun blue, and what I'm gonna do, since I got with the airbrush a bit of color, I got that blue that came with it, and it's actually really close to the Thousand blue. So I'll use the airbrush for painting that blue, and later on maybe fix a few things with my brush with the Thousand blue. I got the Balthazar Gold. The Balthazar Gold, I use it usually to do the little, wait, I'll try to show you, those gyros that are on the gun, small details. And even the back of the Pathfinders, we got that small round part in the middle, so I'm using that. So for me, all those round, I don't know if it's Canon or not, but for me they're all gyros. So the suits looks pretty heavy, and I guess that would make sense to put some gyros to help you out to carry that weight. Just make sure that the weight doesn't feel too heavy when you're moving fast. So that's one thing. The Abandoned Black, I use it for the guns, the handles of the guns, and sometimes for small details, little dots or pins. As you can see, whoop, I got it upside down. As you can see, I got it for the handle of the gun. I do it with the detailing brush. I could use a size 1, but I prefer to be more precise right away and skip having to redo too much stuff. The second brush is going to be 1. It's really just a dollar store type of brush, and I got a number 2 right here. Same thing. So those 2, usually I just use them for a larger surface, maybe for the hoof, maybe if I have to reach under the helmet. As you can see, the helmet now is painted black. So what I just did, I used the airbrush and I did a bit of shadowing under the helmet, under the neck, and as you can see in an angle, under the legs, right there. So I'll try not to airbrush too much in that corner because I want to keep that shading that I'm trying to do. Of course, instead of white, as it is common for the towel, I'm using the Corax White because it gives a more of a gray instead of a white, and I feel it's more realistic than completely white. The Aura Blue, the only reason I'm using that, it's for the skin of the towel, because usually I see their skin in the blue, and as you can see, it does a kind of decent job. I didn't do any detailing for the face, so no like black paint or anything like that. So yeah, did a good job. So that's gonna be the first step. So my first step right now, I'm gonna load the airbrush. I'm gonna load the airbrush with my blue, and I'll do all the paint for the pants on my Pathfinder. So I'll move to that. So I'll cut the video now and we'll start that up. Of course, I said I'm gonna explain all the material I'm using. So I got some water in the corner just for my brush if ever I need. I got a little paper, absorbing paper on each side. One side is from when I'm using my paint and I got too much and I try to wash them in my water. Well, this one on the right, close to it, is the one to remove as much paint as possible. The other one on this side is the one that I keep more clean, and it's more for dry brushing and stuff like that. So that one's gonna be wet and this one's gonna stay dry. So that's how I'm planning right now, right? So okay, so let's load the airbrush and see what we can do. So okay, so I dropped 3 drops of blue in the paintbrush. And the first thing we're gonna do is just got a bit of water in it. There we go. So right now I'm shooting at 18. I'm trying a bit higher than usual. We're just gonna try it out and we'll see what happens. As you can see, there's like webbing out of this. So I'm not sure if there's too much water. And yeah, the compressor's gotta work the whole time in the video, so I'll try not to talk too much at the same time. Try to get that in an angle. Try to get the bottom of that part of the pants. I'm gonna grab a bit of his leg, but shoot it from the bottom. You see, right now, I think I understand what's the problem with my paint and why there's so much webbing, like so much water in it. I actually didn't shake my bottle of paint before doing it. So what I think is happening, I got too much division between the paint itself and whatever the thinner they use, if it's water or whatever. So I think that's the problem. So I may need to remove a bit of that paint, but I'll just waste it. We'll see now if I can actually do something decent. And here we go again. Pretty thick. I'm not too proud of that one. Still not bad, but I see maybe 18 was a bit too much pressure. I was painting the other one, I think that was this one, with 15, and I feel the job was a lot better. But at the same time, like I said, I just made a mistake right out from the bat. See, now it looks a lot better. So not shaking your bottle, big no-no. I just realized that. So yeah, let's not do that again. For now, I guess it's not bad. I'll maybe just do a few touch-up here and there. Here, there, here. When I look into an angle, seems that I got everything that I wanted. If I look from the bottom, it's not that bad at all. So yeah, it's a good start. So okay. So now that we did the blue, my next step, I'll do the Corax White. And what I'll do, I'll try to mix it with a bit of water. Since I'm a newbie, I'm starting, I don't have any thinners, I don't have anything. And if you saw the video, the first one about doing this project, this series of video, I said the closest hobby shop is like an hour from me. So I have to order everything online and it takes a few days. So the purpose right now is do it with what we got. And that's what we're doing. All right, so moving to the Corax White, I'll dilute that, put that in the gun. Maybe I'll do like 2 to 3 drops of this and maybe 1 drop of water, mix it, see how it shoots. Worst case scenario, I'll add just a bit more water. And yeah, we go from that. So I'll clean that gun quickly and we'll come back. Okay, so now I clean the gun, I shake my Corax White, and what I'll do, I'll open this. I'll take just, whoops, what's this? Still water in it? There we go. So I'll grab just a bit of paint out of this, close it back again, and I'll drop it in my gun, but I'll drop it right inside of this. There we go. And I'll grab just 1 drop of water and I'll drop it in. There we go. So I got 1 drop of water. So what I'll do, got my little, so I think it's some kind of fancy toothpick, but it's the perfect size for mixing around the needle. Just try to mix that a bit. Back up. There we go. Put that to the side. I know I'll link the channel of Squidmar. I keep forgetting his name. Great guy on YouTube to show like small tutorial how to paint and stuff like that. It's really, really good. So what I'll do, I'll just make some bubbles, mixing it, by blocking the air. Sigmar does that, so it actually works. You can actually do that. So I'll do a small test. Just have to be careful. So yeah, we'll try that out. So let's see what we can do. Try to fix my small errors where I got the backpack at the bottom with my blue. As you see, the body line right there got a bit of blue, but that doesn't really matter because when I'll go with the shading, it's going to be a lot darker than that blue, so it's going to be fine. So really what I was aiming at right now is just fixing the armor where my blue went a bit over. And as you can see, there's a bit of cloth or clothing that pops under the armor, just over the belt. So between the armor and the belt itself. That's going to be a bit harder, so that I'm going to fix that with the paintbrush after. So the first thing was really just to cover up that white with that new I keep forgetting the name. Corax White. See how professional that I am? Forgetting the type of paint that I got. So I don't want to cover too much of my black, right? I want to keep that shadowy look on it. So it seems not bad for now. I'll keep going just a bit, just to cover again, maybe the helmet, as you can see. It's okay. Don't want to shoot too much at one time. So I kind of overlap a bit. I hit the pants in the corner. It's not that bad because I could actually let it pass as a white speck of light hitting the pants, right? So we'll see. As long as I keep that angle from the top towards the bottom, I think I can salvage those errors that I make. So yeah, that looks pretty even. Looks pretty decent. I know the primer is already white, so it's not that much of a difference, right? So here is good, but on this side I feel the armor is too much blue again. So I'll just try to fix this. There we go. So the first thing I realized, I preferred painting at 15. Right now I feel that I'm shooting too hard, too much hair is going out. Don't really like that, but I guess it comes to preference. Okay, it's good for now. Just gonna get that there. So, losing my paintbrush there. I know it's not the best setup, but that's the only way I can actually show you guys what I'm doing. So okay, it's not that bad. Hit the pants a bit here and there. As you can see, there's a bit of white over the top. It's not bad, actually it could pass. So what I'll do maybe another blue from an angle from the top, just to solve that later on. But for now, that's gonna be fine. So the belt itself, I'm gonna paint it black with the abandoned black, not abandoned white, I'm talking about. And so I'll do that belt. And at the same time, maybe I'll do around the helmet, as you can see on the other model that I did before. I did that bracket that goes around the eyes or the lens, black. I preferred that because on this one I'm not done doing the details. It was my first one with the paintbrush, the airbrush, and I skipped that part, and I decided to do all the other details later on and fix it later. So right now that was really the purpose. As you can see, the gloves, the bracers of the gloves are actually bluish, so I'll need to fix that too, but that's another model. So maybe I'll do just a video sometimes of me fixing stuff for the fun of it. So yeah, so now since I still got some Corax White going on, I'll move to the gun. So you'll see how my hands will become dirty or not with the airbrush. So that's going to give you like a heads up. So the only thing I'll do the major parts that I can hit with the airbrush quickly. The rest I'll do it with the brush itself. For this one, I'll do it with a paintbrush. Could have shot a bit with the airbrush, but I feel since I got that shoulder pad and the gloves that are really close by, I don't know what that is. There's some orange. Not sure where that came from. Not sure at all. I'll try to fix it. So yeah, so most of this and the details, I'll fix them with the brush itself. So I feel for now the only thing I'll do is just cover this quickly and we'll see what happens. You know what? I'll skip straight to the brush. It's going to be easier and it'll look better. All right, bring it back. I'll clean the airbrush because I don't want to seize, and after that I'll move to my bristles or brush. All right. So I cleaned the gun, and now we're at the Corax White. What I'll do, I'll just shake it up a bit, and I think I'm going to use the paintbrush number 1 to do the small detailings for the gun and the arms. And, well, the arms, there's 2 arms. Well, okay, so let's try this out. So the first thing I'm going to do, I already soaked my brush in a bit of water, remove the extra, shake this pretty much how much I need. So the thing is this, I saw a lot of videos, people are using wet palettes and I don't know, other homemade like wet palettes and stuff like that. Others doesn't use it, other use ceramics, I guess. And what I realized for me, it's actually that my that seems pretty thick still. So what I realized for me, the humidity in my region where I live, it's really, really dry. So usually that paint's gonna dry up in less than a minute. So I need to work kind of fast though. So what I'll do, I'll just ground myself and go a bit fast. So, and at the same time I'll clean that black on the side. Oh, that's thick. See, I hid all the holes on that side. So what I'll do, I'll just keep going for now. It's not gonna dry right away. Got a bit too much though. There we go. I'll try to just cover it a bit. There we go. I don't mind on the other side because that's the side that's towards the body, so it won't be seen. But yeah, so I'll just keep going. And what I'll do, the inside of the gun, I'm gonna use the shader to shade inside of it to make maybe pop up a bit more details out of it. I'll do the front of it. Not even sure if this is in focus. I don't think it is. There we go. There. So I'll just cover this, just the edge of that little part there. Just like that. Maybe do the inside of the circle. There we go. You see right there my line from when I attached the molds together. I know some people were saying about that green stuff to fill up holes or lines. So that could be useful. So I'll just correct that right there. Like this. We'll do the same on this side. There we go. Maybe just grab a bit. As you can see, it's already drying. Right. So the only thing that's not dry right now, I think, is the middle part where I put the most of the paint. But even though, look, it's already nearly gone. So I have to be really careful how much paint I use or grab the first time, because I can easily waste a lot of paint. By a lot, like a few drops of paint, but you get it. Just try to, I'm not grounded. All right, we'll ground ourselves like this. So what I mean by grounding, I just put my elbows on the table. There we go. Not too thick, just enough. What I'll do, flip it around, we'll do the same, this side. Try to fill up back that center where I got too much black inside of it. Start correcting the corner of the gun handle. I'll keep that angle just to make sure I don't go in the dark with the handle. First layer, that's going to be fine. Just keep going. There. It's the first layer, so of course the black's going to still pop a bit through it, but at least there. You see how much it's supposed to be fingers right there, but it's just a big ball of black paint. So that's not too great, so I'll try to fix that quickly. There we go. And you see, I feel that paint is still a bit too thick though. So I know a lot of people say when you think you thin your paint, thin it more, but the thing is this, when you thin it too much, after that, it's not doing a good job. So I know that guys, Squidmar was saying, well, the best, I just did a mistake there. the best thing is to get like a milky shaking the ground well enough. You want that milk texture. And I don't understand what he meant by that. It's just really hard to reach, right? So at least that's a base for the correction. I'll correct right there too, since my paint's not too much dry on my brush. Same mistake again, I hit the corner of that handle. Flip it around. Ooh, Jesus. Whoopsie-doo. Mistakes were made. Sorry. So we'll do this. Perfect. We'll get that corner right there. That corner right there. The most important part for me is the side that's visible. This side is completely going to be hidden by the body. So I still want to paint it black, but I mean the details are not that important. As long as I cover it well, it should be fine. Sorry, I'm not used to the position of the camera. I'm always to the side there. So yeah, that's your newbie at work. So it's not bad. So when you follow those videos, there's a lot of things that becomes less scary. And that's what I feel is the best. Like, know what you're getting into. And for me, it's really taking the time to do a good job. Because I'm a bit OCD in life. And the problem is with work, you're often asked to sacrifice a bit of quality to make more productivity, right? So that's why I don't want to make a job out of this. It's clearly really fun. So I'm gonna just wet back that palette, try to shake that old paint from there, mix it in the bristle, try to flip it around, see the texture. Texture looks fine. All right. So yeah, I don't want to make a job out of this. I just want to enjoy myself, take my time, decide when quality is good enough for me, right? That is, I think, the greatness out of painting miniatures. You decide what is good, what is not. Decide when it's too far, or when you don't need to invest more. There we go. I think that looks pretty decent actually. I'll just go over a few steps there just to make sure I hit that black carefully. Go over that details right there. That same mistake around there. Maybe go over the top, make it more to the side like this. There we go. Usually it dries really fast, but like I'm saying, for me it dries fast because it's really dry place where I live. So kind of lucky and unlucky at the same time, because more dry it is, the easier it is for me to just manipulate my object, right? It's going to dry really fast, but I'm going to waste a lot of paint if I'm not careful. I just want to make sure that I cover this well. That center part is going to be the gold, and I'll just make sure that when I do my shade I go around and over. So I'll do the gold for that round part, and then I'll do the earth shade around it. Just to make sure. Right here, I just realized I never covered this. Maybe I did, but it didn't work so well. There we go. There's a lot of people that I see painting, and they make videos, but they got those big miniatures, right? They're doing bigger models than those smalls. And that's why I said I always try to find people that actually work a lot with the smaller parts. So at least gives you an idea. And most of them are like, don't fret too much on the details, right? Just go and enjoy yourself. As long as you enjoy yourself. That's what I'm trying to do. It was too wet. There we go. Try this one. Oh, this looks better. Let's try to get inside right there. Just give it the shade. There we go. Same thing on the other side. The thing is, the primer looks a bit weird. A good primer, I saw some miniatures being painted, and that primer looks amazing. Just the primer itself, you feel you could just make details over it, right? But the thing is this, I'm using a can, and I realize when you're using a can to do your primer, just like with cars, when I'm doing paints for cars, the primer is not that great for details. It's really, like, I'll call it the brute force of painting, is just to get by. If you can evade using them, I will say don't use them. So now I got the airbrush, but like I said, I just got it, so I don't have any primer to put inside of it. So we'll see. I just did another mistake, but that's fine. That's on this side. Just cover that again. That's a bit too... Look, I'll just use my... There we go. We'll cover this little part of wing. And that should be fine for now. So what I'll do, I'll get back some Corax White. And what I'll focus on now, since I did the gun, it's do the shoulder pad and the gloves. I wonder what the hell that is, but so I'll do back that. And what I'll do, you see those, oh, sorry, sometime I move to the side. I'll try to focus on this. There we go. You see on those bracers, there are lines, and on that glove, there's like a padding. So that, I'll paint all that with the Corax White, but I'll do the earth shade on those body line to really pop them out. That's something I'm gonna try. And maybe once I corrected the paints on this model, I'll do a dry brush with a bit of white to do the highlights. So I'll do the shoulder pads with just a bit more of this. Shouldn't need a lot, so I'll really just take just a little bit of it. Just a little bit right there. I'm not sure if I got... I'll try this, but this is going to be harsh. Alright. Just dipping the bristle or the tip of the brush in it can be sufficient for just doing those small parts. So I'll do just this right there, top here, bottom there. And since I primed the whole thing white, I'm saving a bit of time and trouble trying to make it more, how can I say that? I don't need as many layers to get the effect that I want. There we go. I'm gonna hide that weird yellow dot. Not sure what that is. Not even sure where that came from. Right. There we go. Cover this in between the fingers. Just at the bottom there. There we go. We'll do maybe another cover up right there. Oop. And there we go. That's how I fuck up most of my stuff. So what I realize is I did not such a bad job, but once it's dry and all the water is gone, I realize I got those speck of gray that pops up, and it's the same on the gun at a few places. So I know I need to do another layer on top of this, just to make sure that we can actually really get a better layer of paint. So I'll get back some Corax White, shake it up, make sure this is good. Just grab a bit of it, put it there, try to do a little junk. Take some water, up, and we'll mix it. That looks good. Perfect. Let's do the gun first. It's really here that is the worst part of my job. Right there. Just there. And here, there. Just try to get it inside there. There we go. Maybe do another. I don't mind too much for that round part, since I'm gonna paint it again. And Corax is really interesting because once you start painting it, when it dries it gets darker. So I kind of like that because I can actually see better my errors, until at least I get better at it. Let's flip it around. This one looks not bad at all. I just need to even that just a bit more. Ooh, be careful not to. Yeah, just a bit too much on that corner right there. So that black bracket, I just hit it with the Corax White, so I'll need to do a small touch-up of black at the end. There we go. Oh, did I? Yeah, I guess I skipped a part. So I'll cover this. Like that. Cover this. Do that little part. It's already drying. Bit of water. We'll try to mix that back together. So yeah, I think the next thing that I need is a wet palette, at least to practice, without having to being scared of my paint drying up. I got a little black dot right there. It's really hard to get. There we go. There, I got that little corner right there. It's gonna be hard to get, but let's try it. We're learning, right? So we're trying to solve that. I know in some videos a lot of people are saying, well, don't give too much attention to details. I did talk about it a bit earlier. But the thing is this. Since I'm learning, I want to practice to correct my errors. Because if I start working on really costly high models that cost a lot of money, I don't want to make errors that I cannot solve or I don't have the experience to do it. And I'm going to hate that and I'm going to get more stress but doing the job. I don't want to be more stressed for doing something that I like to do. So I'll just kind of hide my own. See, now too much water right there. So what I'll do, I'll just dab it a bit on that and try to gather it exactly like this. Okay, not bad. The back of the gun right there, that round part, I'm gonna put the gold on it. So I don't need to focus too much on the back right now. Like this. Good. Okay. It's already looking better than it did a few minutes ago. That. Okay. That corner, I don't like it. It's too white, too primer. There we go. So that's my first part. So maybe I should do those chin guards right there. My over is pretty blue. And that's gonna do the difference between the pants. and the shin guards. So I'm going to shake Corax White again. I can hear kids playing outside. It feels so weird after COVID that actually people are starting to get out. So I actually don't mind that. There we go. Thin it down. As you can see, we don't use that much paint, right? We don't have to be all gung-ho about it. There we go. Let's do those shin guard. So let's start with right there. So maybe I'll spin it around. There we go. So we'll do the front of those shin guard right there. This go right there. That paint look a bit too thick though. I have to be careful not to over paint. Well, over paint. Just put too much on it. There we go. And I'll just do a little dab right there. There. Hey, we're getting something. Yeah. It's pretty neat. There we go. We'll go to the back. I'll just cover. It's going to be hard for the camera to see some parts that I'm doing, but good enough. There you go. Cover right there. And that's the first layer, so the purpose is really to cover every part that I want. Outside of that, and I'm gonna spin it again. There we go. Just like this. I'm gonna keep a bit of black that I put earlier. So really on that groove in between the leg and the knee, really in that corner. I got a bit of black there, so I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna keep that shade. I'm gonna try anyway. We're experimenting. This is an experience. Let's try to see if I can save a bit of gray out of this. And if you guys feel that I'm butchering actually my brushes, let me know, right? But they're cheap, so I don't mind butchering them, but at the same time, if you got a little advice to save them. So I stop murdering them on the palette. There we go. Just a bit like that. Will come from this side. And actually, it's not a disease. I won't call that a disease, but I got what they call intermittent shakes. So actually my hands regularly shakes a lot. So it's hard for me to do detailing. So I always manage to find out ways to ground myself, but even though I'll shake a lot. So it's not because I'm stressed. It's just the way my muscle works. And it's fun. It's fun to paint miniatures. Because just pouring a glass of water, some people will say that I'm shaking so much. They're like, calm down, calm down. Like, it's not because I'm stressed. It's just my muscle reacting like this. So I'm doing miniatures like this and still doing a decent job. I actually like that. It's gratifying, you know? It's getting control over your own life, right? Control over the body. So we'll do the other leg. Don't go too far. And for those videos, I'm not using any magnifying either, right? So just give me a chance. All right, there. Oh, there's a lot of water. A lot of water, but it's really, really thin. So I don't want to make any like bubbles or something. Like this. Over here, do the same. That's gonna be the tricky one because we got that knee pad, but we got some material really close to it. I'll try to. get back a bit more paint. Let's see what we can do. Is it too light? It feels light. Yeah, I'll need more paint. Okay. Corax White time. Shake it. Go here. Grab some. Some people will say, well, you should just drop a big chunk of paint. But I'm telling you, it's so dry up here that even a chunk of paint will dry up within 2 minutes if I'm not touching it. And trying to save my money to get better equipment, I don't want to waste my money on paint and paint. So the next one, really, the wet palette's going to be the problem solver. Got back too close to that knee pad. We got those. I'm not sure what they are. Not sure if in the anatomy of the towel, if they got like some kind of bones, because you see we got those round parts right there and there, and that could be part of the armor, or maybe it's protecting something from their anatomy. So yeah, it's pretty neat to think about that. So I just want to make sure that we cover this, and this is going to be the tricky part. I need to get that knee pad without hitting the, oop, that was close, without hitting the fabric of the pants. There we go. Spin, spin, spin. We'll come from that side, we'll ground ourselves, and we'll go for that knee pad. There we go. That's great. Just gonna get the corner of that. Tricky. Okay, so now we're in a situation where I need to paint in between the legs. So let's dip again. Let's grab whatever we can. And a lot of people will say, well, when you live in a cold place, using the airbrush is actually better for priming, because the can of primer can be really hard to control. And that is my situation. I'm really up north. And we got really, really cold weather. So right now it's not too bad. We got maybe a 5 degree outside right now. My window is actually open. So that's the proof, I guess, that I'm a person of the cold. For me, it's really a beautiful night. I'm actually painting in a t-shirt. Just working like that warms the soul. So there we go. Like it's the first layer, so we're gonna do it again. So not too scared of that. All right. So we'll let it dry for now. What I'll do, can I save that? Can I save a bit of this? Just a bit of this. And we'll try to do back that glove on the other side. Try to see if we can actually hide that orange, yellow. I'm not sure what that is. It is so weird. I have no clue what that is. Don't know where it comes from. And there's a big chance. So usually when I prime, I use the holder, but I'll leave like the weapon in that tray and I'll prime over it, right? So literally I'll just shoot over the tray and try to get the weapon, wait a few minutes, then flip the weapon or flip the arm and shoot again. I'll need to find out a way how to hold that outside of the model, maybe on the toothpick or something. I need to figure something out because I like painting the models. I wish I could do it with the arms on it, but I'm not that great yet. Maybe later on, but we'll see. Maybe the next one I'll try. We'll see. So I'm gonna cover that one later on. So that one was prime. I shot the black under on the side, and this one I'm gonna try it all with a brush. So no airbrush on that one. That's gonna be the next one. We'll see. So okay. So yeah, we're gonna try to gather as much paint as I can from that old one. Maybe I'm fussing too much trying to save that, but yeah, we'll do our best. Attacking back again that orange dot. Got it covered. Nice. Goodbye, piece of thing that I don't know what you are. We're out of focus. So yeah, try to deal with me and my camera by the time I get used to how to make it focus properly every time. I guess I have to work at the same height for it to work. Yeah, I'm out of paint. Okay, so what do we got now? We could do the Thousand Sun blue, trying to solve that top part right there that is whitish. And after that I could go with the black and go around the belt. And as you can see, actually I didn't put just realized that I didn't put the torso properly at its right place. There is like that really square edge. That's not pretty at all. So I could have moved the body a bit forward and at least reduce that gap of the belt. Kind of sad for that, but hey, like I said, we learn from it. Sometimes what happened, I just put it with the glue and hold it with my fingers. So because I'm holding it, I don't see what's happening, right? We'll see from there. So okay. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to work on the black. Redo a bit of black on the handle of the gun. Do the black for the belt. And for this, I'm going to use the detailing. The one from Army Painter. I think I called it Wargamer. Yeah, it says Wargamer. So if I mix or confuse the names, hey, I'm a newbie. Remember that. I'm just learning. So we'll grab a bit of black. Ooh, not too much. I'll drop it on top here. You see that? Yep, you can see that. Just a bit too. Just like this. We'll work this in. After that, maybe I'll take a small break. So we'll go for the belt. So I'll try to do a focus. Let's see if I do the focus earlier and then start painting. So I'll just cover this. Keep going. I feel it's pretty dark. I'll just bring the light a bit closer, lift it up, and get it like this. And I think I can adjust the brightness on this. There we go. I got actually 2 lights right now to help me out on this job. So let's see how we can do that. Good focus. All right. Let's keep going. I think the paint's already dry. Just by the time I talk. See? Can I save it? Can I save that? trying. Just got a bit more water. I didn't sponge it, I just straight up water. Alright. There we go. We'll go as far as we can before it dries again. I have to be careful. I'm not doing my edges carefully right now. There's like a weird crooked hair from my brush that grabs the side of the armor right now. It's really not fun. But listen, we can't fuss too much. We do what we can. And next time we'll figure a way. Like I said, we're gonna try this with the equipment we got right now. And once we got the wet palette, we'll see if actually it helps or not, right? That's the whole point of this. See how I progress, and at the same time with the equipment getting in. What is a skill problem? And what is an actual tool problem? Because there is a distinction when I was working with cars and painting them between not having the proper tools and your skill level from your experience. So we'll grab more black. Shake it up. Go with it. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to wipe. And yeah, I use my mouth often. There we go. I'm going to drop this here. Yeah. I'm going to close this again. Like I said, I'll try to make the video better with time. Get more experience by doing it. There. And we're back at it. Let's go. Oh, that's better. That's fine. So maybe I can try to solve that ugly edge from the paint. So, trying to get it from under. It's going to hit it a bit. At least not going to be a big blue blurb. Just like sticking out. Just gonna try to. I'll try to do it in an angle. There you go. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. Let's grab just a bit of water right now. Move a bit of it, then mix it up. I'm just gonna try to round it up. There we go. And we'll keep going around. I'll try to do the buckle before it dries out, because the buckle got actually more details. I don't want to lose them. Some people will say, well, use a humidifier to add some moisture in the air. Well, yeah, it can help. I guess it could. But, like I said, again, equipment. I know there's many solutions. I did look at it. But right now we don't have that equipment. And we'll do our best with what we got. Does look decent. Looks pretty even. Oh, look at that. Small little bird. Damn you. And we'll just grab this. Do this. Whoa, juicy. We'll get it there. And we'll just get that little blue spot right there, a whitish spot. You have to be careful there. There you go. There you go. Do the same on this side. We got a small dot right in front of the buckle. We'll try to get it just with an angle. Can we get it? I think we did. All right, gonna move to the gun right now. This is the inside of the arm, so I don't mind too much. The purpose right now is solving that white dot on top right now. Is it well focused right now, people? There we go. Fingers on the way. I'm not doing well. I feel my paint is just a bit too thick. But hey. There we go. We'll do the correction right there. I'll try to ground myself again. There you go. Get it in between. It dried. Alright, so we'll add more water. Mix it up. Grab a bit of the fresh paint that's still down there. Just flip it around. There we go. Try to really hard to get right now. There we go, we got it. So we'll do the gun handle. Right now the lightish part is right there, right over the end in that corner of that white spot. It's gonna be hard again to get, and it dried again. Come on, you can do it. Can we get it? Seems to work. Seem to have got it. Got that. I got two little bolts, I guess I could call it, right there. Try to get behind without hitting the casing of the chamber of the gun. If that's the chamber of the gun, actually I think that's the ammo in the back right there, and I guess that's just the rail for shooting. But yeah, that's good enough. Be good enough for now, because right now what's happening is this. It's my first time well, maybe 4 or 5 time right now, but it's my second time with the airbrush, and this is actually my first one mixing airbrush and painting with the brushes, and trying to more master the all-around and doing actually perfect job right away. So before starting to focus on this and wasting hours and hours, I don't want this video to last 5 hours long, right? Just want to make it that's watchable, and at the same time, by getting better, the videos may go faster. So we'll see from now, maybe doing 2 hours, nearly 2 hours videos, to moving it to less than 20 minutes. Who knows? So okay, so now I'll take a break. When I'll come back, we'll do the whoops, hit the camera, the blue horror, and we'll do that on the hoof themselves, on the feet, and I'll redo the Corax White for the shin pad and the knee pad, and then I'll use the 1000 blue to fix the top of the pants and do that blue over that material under the armor right there and there. After that, I'll be good to do the heart shade, and just before the heart shade actually, to do the Balthazar Gold for the gyroscopes and the center parts. So okay, So I'll take a small 5 minute and I'll be back.